Yo! I cannot believe that it is already Friday again. Quiet Love, good to see you. Angel, Isaac, Missy, hello. Phoenix, Diesel, the Dude, Sean, Matt, Tyler, Martius, General, hello. Hey, Levi. How's it going, fam? Moko, good to see you. Friday night. Here we are. Time is going way too damn fast. Way too damn fast for me. Every time Friday gets here, I'm like amazed that it's already time. Super Chip, good to see you, buddy. How's it going? I had a ridiculously busy day today. Like, ridiculously busy. I had 7 back-to-back appointments. And just felt like on the go, doing something all day. Had leftover wings for dinner. Watched a couple episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Now here we are. It's already Saturday here in Eastern. It is indeed. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I had a busy day, but I'm doing good. Feels like it's been a while since we saw you play 2077. It's because it has. The last, 2 streams have said, oh yeah, we'll get to Cyberpunk or whatever, and then we never do. So I gave the fellas the night off. I said, I am 100% playing Cyberpunk. I haven't played since Sunday. Sunday's the last time we played this. So we're jumping in tonight. We're probably going to start closer to 10. Because I've been dying to play this all week. And we just haven't. Spent some solid quality time with my siblings today. It was nice. Lovely. Before we know it, it'll be March. Yep. And then April. And then 2035. And then... yeah, man. It's crazy. Did a bunch of shoveling today. I cannot wait for the snow to go away. But otherwise, work was very productive. And I had a good time hanging out with my friend and having poutine. Matt, what did you have on your poutine? Give me the deets. Cough is still here. Probably will be for a while. Problem is, every time I cough, I get sort of re-irritated. Is what it is. Hopefully on the back end of being sick. Otherwise, good here. I hope you're on the back end as well. Late night drinks and crafting. I'm etching glasses for my brother and his girlfriend. Made my first iron-on t-shirt. Got myself a circuit a while ago and finally getting creative again. Good for you, Levi. Hey, Brandon. Good evening. So glad to see you playing Cyberpunk. Hope the cough is getting better, sir. It's not, but it'll be fine. Played poker in school. Played poker all the time when I was in high school. All the time. Buddies used to do tournaments like constantly. Love me some poker. I would love to play in some kind of poker. Like, I wish the World Series of Poker wasn't so damn expensive to get like bought into. It's like $10,000 to play in the World Series. It's probably more than that at this point. I think an outrageous amount of money to get involved with the World Series of Poker. But like, I would love to do a tournament for like $100. It'd be fun. Spent my day off watching Star Wars. Solid choice. Anku, hello. Finally caught a stream. Looking forward to seeing your gameplay after watching your Detroit Become Human run. Cyberpunk has been a blast, Anku. So, get excited. And thanks for stopping by. I'm glad you enjoyed Detroit. Just got done running a D&D session. We've had to cancel the last few weeks, so it was good to get back into it. Nice. Oh, this is going to drive me absolutely up the goddamn wall. I got my second shot today. I don't feel bad so far. A little sore and tired. I hope that's all it ends up being, Phoenix. You would think so, Quiet Love, but it hasn't. I'm gonna jump out in front of this again tonight. Please don't tell me how to soothe my cough. Like every time I cough, at this point I know every remedy there is under the sun. It is what it is. There's not a lot I can do about it, but I know it comes from a good place and I appreciate it. I'm just nipping it in the bud because I could think of it as backseating Dr. Mick's health. Not a fan. So, thank you. I've tried it. It doesn't work. Pan Am's probably thinking V is dead. Probably. The poutine had russet fries, thyme salt, beef cheek bouillon, I can't say that word, sauce, chasseur, cheese curds, foie gras torchon. Foie gras was a little odd, but the beef was excellent. Foie gras is probably the only thing on that I would be a little skittish about. But damn, that's some fancy ass poutine, Matt. I hope you enjoyed it. Hey, Dr. Mick, I haven't been here to watch you play any Cyberpunk. Have you run into any really funny or crazy glitches so far? Nothing crazy. We've had a couple good ones. Like we had one where Pan Am was on her bike but wasn't actually on a bike. That one was pretty funny. But for the most part, like, we haven't had anything crazy. When they happen, they're hilarious. More than anything. Going out tonight, Dr. Mick. Got any advice when it comes to picking up a nice lady? Oh, God. I mean, there's a lot of things, Carlos. One, be respectful. Listen to boundaries. If she's not interested, just leave. I'm more of the idea, and maybe I sound lame because I'm married and stuff, but like I'm more of the idea, like, go out to have fun. And if you happen to cross paths with somebody you're interested in, cool. But if you don't, fine. I think a lot of times, I don't know what your gender identity is, but a lot of times, like guys in particular that are like, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna find me a woman. Like, if your entire objective is to go out and find a girl to bring home, like, your entire expectation of the night is skewed. And you're like, you know, fun factor is gonna live or die based on factors that sometimes have to do with you and sometimes don't. Like, I'm more of like a, you know, go out, have a good time. If you run into somebody that seems cool, you know, talk and strike up a conversation, but be respectful of boundaries. If they're not interested, don't take it personally. Just move on. I know it kind of sounds lame, but like, I mean, people kind of go into that stuff with like this like huge amount of pressure, and it's like, if you find somebody cool, if you don't, you don't. In fact, it might even be more attractive to see somebody who's out having fun than somebody who's out on the prowl. I hope you have fun, though. It was a little light on fries and cheese. I really did enjoy it. Interesting. I would imagine the problem with poutine is generally too many fries, as opposed to not enough fries. Talasar, hello. Mia, good to see you. On PC, there's very few bugs. Yeah, I mean, we just haven't really seen much. Which is fine by me. I'd rather the game work. The occasional bug's funny, though. You can sort of headcanon it a little bit in Cyberpunk. Be like, oh no, my visual implant had a whatever or something. Those of you that are just rolling in, feel free to tell me about your day. Would love to hear what you've been up to, and if you got any cool plans for the weekend. Sort of chilling out this weekend. Got the Super Bowl on Sunday, but we're going to a friend's house for it. I don't really care which team wins, but it'll still be a fun little get together. Kind of amazing how many people watch the Super Bowl that don't ever watch football. It's like a whole event in the U.S. I saw they were talking on, or I didn't see it, I heard it on sports radio. There was conversation about should the Monday after the Super Bowl be a national holiday. I thought that was sort of interesting because the Super Bowl, I think, to some extent, sometimes even brings more people together than Thanksgiving. And having the day off after the Super Bowl, because people are so unproductive on that Monday afterwards, just seems like it would maybe be smart. But then are we like saying, I mean, I know it's so tricky. It's like sports are, I mean, ultimately sports are dumb. I mean, I understand. I love sports. Sports are dumb. Like, they're not actually important. And so, like, I get the whole argument of, like, oh, come on, it's a football game. Like, people should be responsible and just deal with it and go to work on Monday. Also, it's like a huge national event, and having the day off after would be kind of neat. I don't know. Ghostly Loki, hello. I'm glad you do too. Welcome in. Had a bouncer at the Afterlife stuck in the preloading polygons for most of my first playthrough. My roommate and I call him the most beautiful man. Fabulous. The dude, I'm glad to hear that. I'm going for the Bengals because the Bengals winning the Super Bowl will be the first time they won ever. Yep. It's true. I would love to see the Bengals win. I really would. I think it would be neat to see Joe Burrow would be the first quarterback to ever win national championship, the Heisman, and the Super Bowl. It's pretty neat. Also, I don't really care about the Rams. I don't care about either team, so I'd rather root for the better story, and that would be the Bengals. I do think the Rams are going to win, though. I don't think the Bengals can handle the Rams on defense. Last couple days have been an emotional roller coaster. Beginning on Thursday was great, and if it was not, got my copay today, but fought with my dad about fixing my car. I am drained. That would be draining. Glad you're here, Mia. I hope you get a chance to sort of like decompress and take care of yourself after all that. Lady that did my shot asked about my writing. There was an article about me when I self-pubbed a few years ago. I forgot I basically wrote 2 novels last year. Hey, you were busy last year. People in my area asking what genre I write is scary because I don't know how they'll take the info that I write queer small-town romances, and some of them have supernatural beings. That sounds pretty bad. Hey, who cares? Well, I understand that, like, there are some instances where it's probably not safe to say that you do that, but who cares if they're weird about it? I'll bet you there's an entire huge group of people that would love to read that kind of thing, Phoenix. Like, that kind of representation in literature is super important. I hope you never stop writing that stuff. Unless, of course, you get tired of writing that stuff. Finished watching the Book of Boba Fett on Disney Plus. Without spoiling anything, I'll say I was unimpressed. I slept through the first episode, tried to watch it again, was kind of whatever. Episode 2 was whatever. I sort of gave up. I haven't even, like, really invested in it. I think the NFL already might have a little too much influence, though. It could be dangerous to let them dictate holidays, right? I know. Right? Like, I kind of agree with that, Matt. And it's, like, also at the same time, like, it's just everybody watches it. It's crazy. What's up, Sloppy Donger? My night's good. Better now that you're here. Good evening, Caesarian. All of St. Louis is rooting for the Bengals because we hate the Rams now. That is totally understandable. As a Seahawks fan, the Rams can suck it. Except for Stafford, he's all right, I guess. Let's go Bengals. Their first win would be awesome, right? Like, I'm big on firsts. I like seeing first things happen. I love the Detroit Rams shirts that were being sold. I don't know if y'all saw that on Twitter, but the Detroit Rams shirt was great. We learned about George Washington in school. Big day. You're going to try to watch the Halo show dropping on Paramount Plus next month? I don't have Paramount Plus, and I have no intention of paying for it just for that show, so probably not. I don't watch a lot of TV as it is, so if I'm not hooked, like, immediately, like, I'm pretty much out. I don't know. We have Curb Your Enthusiasm to we finished season 6 tonight, so I'm excited to get into season 7. Did you root for the Blues when they won their first cup? No. I don't mind seeing first, but it doesn't, you know. It doesn't always mean I root for the first. Like, I wasn't exactly thrilled to see Alex Ovechkin get his first Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? Like, it was cool to see him get his first Stanley Cup, but it also wasn't cool to see him get his first Stanley Cup. I wasn't exactly rooting for it, but it was cool to see. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? My mom wants the Rams to win because she likes the way their helmets look. It's not a bad reason to root for them, honestly. I'm quite literally wearing an Arizona Coyotes shirt right now because I love the Kachina logo more than any other logo in sports. I think this is the greatest logo that was ever created, ever. So, I get that. I feel that energy. Like, I don't really have much. I don't really care about the Coyotes that much, but the Coyotes' Kachina aesthetic is literally perfection. Is there a team that you support in the NFL? I'm a Raiders fan. Episode 5 and 6 is where it's at. If you like Mandalorian, you'll like those as well. The rest is meh. I just skip to him? He sounded like my dad. I hope in a good way. What's up, Jacqueline? I'm honestly, hold on. Let me check the score really quick of the Anaheim game. Oh, the Kraken won. All right, didn't matter. I was mad at the Stars for beating the Jets tonight because I had a 14 parlay that was looking really good, but the Kraken ruined it too. So I saw someone in a Raiders hoodie today, and I felt bad for them because they're probably the only Raiders fan here. Raiders fans are everywhere. They are everywhere. Some people don't like that. I had kind of a stressful day just because I'm getting set up for ketamine treatment for depression, and I've been filling out forms with my prescriber. The closer it gets, the more I want to back out. It can be pretty nerve-wracking to start something like that. I will tell you, Chaco, that I have been like I know a few people, who have integrated ketamine into their life, and I've seen it make a big difference for some folks. But I understand the fear. As a Winnipeg resident, don't count on the Jets right now. They are the weirdest team to bet, Matt. They really are. The Jets have come through for me a couple times, and I can't get a read on them. Because, like, they've beaten some good teams, and there are nights where they look great, and then there are other nights where they just, like, the wheels fall off, man. They are a weird team right now. I normally try to avoid them if I can help it. Same thing with Calgary, man. Calgary's a tough one. I'm trying to think who else I tend to stay away from. Blues lost 7-4 yesterday. Ugh. I was just shocked to not see Bears, Colts, Green Bay, or Vikings. It was a pleasant change. I bet. The most hot and cold team ever. I can't explain it. It's mental. It has to be. It has to. Absolutely has to be. It's crazy. Oh, the Oilers. The Oilers are such a pain in the ass to bet right now. Holy crap. Cannot believe how much that team is underperforming. Crazy. You have Draisaitl and McDavid. Teams would kill to have those two guys. You can always count on the Canes, except when they play Ottawa. Canes are fun, man. I think the Canes have a real shot this year. A real shot. They are fun to watch. Spicy Pine Needles, good to see you. Hello. Ale, hello. Remember, we are going to start Cyberpunk a little bit sooner than usual tonight, chat. So I want to put a good chunk of time in on it tonight. You can always count. Let's see how we get that. Blues are kind of like that too. We have a real goaltending issue, indeed. And the Hawks ain't going to give you Fleury. I think they can get through the Lightning, Matt. I really do. It's actually very reassuring to hear from you. I don't know anybody who's done it, so it feels like unknown territory, and anxiety doesn't like unknowns. Yeah, I'm not a psychiatrist, so I can't directly, administer it or recommend it or anything like that. But in both my professional and personal life, I know folks who have it regularly in their lives and have expressed that it makes a difference. So it depends on the person. I'm certainly never going to advocate for one person to, use a particular substance because other people have found it to be beneficial. I mean, you got to do what's right for you, but the anxiety associated with something like that is certainly real. Just, you know, make sure that if you're nervous about it, that when it's administered, it's done in a way that you're as comfortable as possible. Whether you need to have it, you know, administered by somebody that you've had constant contact with and feel comfortable with. Like, you know, just be really upfront about some of the nerves that you have around it, and be honest and let them work with you to create an environment where it feels a little bit safer and comfortable to do it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's sometimes easy for us to neglect our care of ourselves when professionals are recommending things and administering stuff, and you know, it still matters that you are in as good of a context that's going to work for you as possible. Have you ever seen The Walking Dead? No. February 20th, Sharks vs. Knights. Both my favorite teams are playing, and I don't know who to root for. Super Chip, the answer is easy. You root for the Knights, bud. The Knights. You root for the team that's at the top of the Pacific Division. I don't want them. It's fair. Been reviewing for a history exam tonight. Finally taking a break to hang out with y'all. Love that. Butterby, good to see you. Hello. I'm rooting for the Bengals because I live in Ohio, but that's literally the only reason why. As I've mentioned on stream before, I'm not really a sports person. Totally fair. Totally fair. My car died yesterday. We were going to have it towed. Luckily, we were able to drive it home and get it to a mechanic. It's going to be $600 to fix. I'm devastated, but we do what we got to do. Man, paying for car stuff like that is painful. It's so painful. Kraken are visiting Winnipeg for the first time next Thursday, and my sister and I are going to be there. Should I rock my Kraken jersey? Absolutely. You kidding me? Do you have the inaugural patch on your jersey, Matt? I have been going back and forth on whether I wanted to pick up a Kraken jersey. I really love the inaugural logo. I don't have any reason to root for the Kraken. None. I think their uniform is super cool. I love that, like, again, speaking of firsts, I love that, like, I was around while the team started. But I, like, don't have much reason. And, you know, jerseys are not cheap. But, like, oh, man. I have gone back and forth on that for some time here. On whether I want to pick one up. I got the authentic expensive price one. I don't know if I got the patch, though. So it doesn't have like the inaugural season. Has it not arrived yet? My mom would call me a traitor if I didn't root for the Bengals, even if I could. You don't want to have that. Do you remember back to instant messaging in the 90s, early 2000s, and think about how crazy it is that we all get together in this format? Oh, Tyler, my time on AIM is why I'm a therapist. I don't even know how many hours I spent on AIM. And yeah, if you told me that 20 years from when I was doing that I would be video chatting with people while they watch me play video games, I would have thought you were absolutely insane. Like this stuff, if you tried to describe what is possible on the internet 20 years ago, people would think you are nuts. I mean, think of how long it used to take to upload a 3-minute video to YouTube. Absolutely crazy. I think about that stuff all the time. The pharmacy where I got my vax is across the street from the office of the doc who essayed me. Wow, that is... Wait, how is that good news? I think... Oh, part 1 of 2. Okay, I probably should have read that part. I was going to say, And someone decided to start squealing their tires, which used to send me into a panic attack after I had my wreck. It still scares me some, but not as bad. I had both of those together, and I was fine. That is awesome, Phoenix. Good for you. Doesn't look like it came with the patch. Okay. Oh, they're so pretty. It's the Adidas one, right? Like you got the Adidas. I was in, so yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. So yesterday I was, yesterday I was actually out, and I stopped by the the Arsenal, which is one of the Golden Knights team stores, and they had a game-worn Chandler Stevenson jersey. It was a gold one, and I've not seen one of the Canadian-made gold jerseys yet, like up close in person. And they had it, and I was like, oh damn, that looks super cool. And so like I asked the guy if I could see it, and he was like, you can see it, but like I'm not gonna hand it to you. And I was like, all right, that's fine. I was like, how much is that? Because I didn't know if it was like game worn or if it was team issued or whatever. And he was like, oh, this thing's game worn. And he's $2,500. I was like, Jesus. Oh, which reminds, oh my God, I have a story for all of you, and then we'll start Cyberpunk. Speaking of like large sums of money. So if you ever, I mean, not that any of us, I think, want to be reminded of this, but like if you ever want to be reminded of how much money really is out there in the world that you don't have, go to a sports book in Las Vegas and stand at the counter and listen to the bets that people put in around you. I mean, you guys know I like to do some like very small sports betting. Like I'm talking like $2 to $5 at a time on like a random parlay here or there, like bet the Knights games and shit like that. It's just fun. Every once in a while, you know, make a few bucks, and you know you can buy something stupid. So I was at the casino to go get that set up, because in Nevada you have to actually go to the sports book to like verify all of your stuff so that you can actually have access to the app and actually set bets on it. So I went to the casino to do that, and I had to go get this card, and then I had to go back to the counter at the sports book, and I'm standing there, and I give them all my stuff, and they're running it, and it takes like 15 minutes or so. So I'm literally there at like a really hot time, because there's a lot of games that are about to start, so people are coming in. And at the counter that you're at, you can only use cash. There's no card. So people can't use their cards. So you have to pay cash when you come up to the counter. In my time at the counter, I heard somebody drop $900 on just the Bengals straight up. I had somebody come in and do $3,000 worth of bets. I heard, you know, a couple hundred here, another 1,500, like huge amounts of money. And then this guy walks up and does $15,000 worth of bets, straight cash in straight hundreds. Dude's got $15,000 that he drops on everything from the Super Bowl to basketball games to hockey games. It was great. $15,000. And I'm sitting there, I was like, holy shit. Like, when the guy came back, he asked me if I wanted to put like a starting amount on my app, and I literally was like, I want to put $25 down on my app so that I can like bet nickel and dime some bets here. $15,000 straight cash was crazy. And I just, in that moment, I was just reminded that like there are just huge sums of money out there that people have that like, and I just wonder like what that must be like to have 15K that you can just like drop for fun on sports betting. Like, oh, like if I lose $20 a week, I'm done. Like that's like my limit. He was not wearing a suit and tie. In fact, he was actually wearing he's wearing this like raggedy golf hat. He's like one of those guys that wears loafers without socks and shorts. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like super expensive loafers, no socks. Just kind of he's got a button down with like the first 3 buttons undone, and his sleeves kind of half-ass rolled up with like a wrinkly old golf hat. 15K would pay off, right? Like, and what's crazy is like if that guy wins with 15K, like that 15K turns into, you know, obviously a lot more money. I don't know that I'd call him a hipster. He was kind of old. He was an older dude, but yeah, like super rich people don't generally walk into a sports book wearing a suit and tie. It's kind of like the guy who's like raggedy but has like the $15,000 Rolex on, you know? You could save your $20 and wait 750 weeks to be able to bet 15K. Martius, I like the way you think. I've been lurking for a while, but just wanted to take a moment to appreciate you in chat. I've learned a lot, and you've helped me a lot through some tough times. I appreciate you all. Jag, it's my pleasure and my honor, friend. Thank you for popping into chat to say that. Hello, Feather Dance. I spent 150 on concert tickets today, and that was too much for me. I wish I had 15K to throw around. I know, right? It's wild. Absolutely wild. If you got money, that's great, right? Like, I'm not saying people with a shitload of money are bad. Like, that's cool. Like, I got nothing wrong with it. It's just, it was crazy for me to sit there and be like, geez, like 15K in one fell swoop. Meanwhile, you go out and drive home and you probably see like 4 people who are like desperate for money so they can have a sandwich. It's just crazy to see. It's crazy to see. $15K would pay off my car and I had 4K. Right. Life, like to some extent, like slightly life-changing money. I watched leave that guy's hand and go into the cash register of the casino I was at. All right. It's Cyberpunk time. My body's ready. Been waiting for this all week. This is somehow harder for me to wrap my head around than human milk soap. It's not a thing I've really ever thought about, so I'd have to say human milk soap probably takes the cake for me on that one. What's up, Skog? What do you think of the contrast between Panem and Judy? I don't really think of them in terms of comparison. Like, I sort of think of them, they're separate people. I mean, Judy seems to be a little bit more like insert in, whereas Panem, but I think like Judy sort of like inserts herself in an insecure way, whereas like Panem I think is just like generally confident but looks for reassurance. Do you wonder what it would be like? I don't have to wonder what it would be like, Nero. It would be great. You would love to see that, right? Like, it would be awesome. And even then, it's only 10% of what he dropped on the casino. Is it common for different therapists at the same practice to have take different insurance? I don't know I don't know how common that is, but I do know that it happens. How is a $30 copay? $30 copay is probably a little bit higher than average, but a copay is more reflective of your insurance than it is of the practice itself. Like, I've got folks that have a $10 copay all the way up to like a $40 copay, and then I have people that have to pay towards their deductibles. So like that stuff usually depends on your insurance. I'd say 30 is a little bit toward the high end. Average is usually like 20 bucks. But that has less to do with the practitioner and more to do with your actual insurance. Yes, those of you that don't want Cyberpunk spoiled, I know this is the time where you head out, and I appreciate all of you being here for the short little chat we had here at the beginning, but I am dying to hop into this and play it. So we haven't played since Sunday. I'm gonna give the quick spoiler rule, and then I will I'll give the little synopsis of what happened last time, and then we'll jump in. So this is a spoiler-free run. So I ask that you please not give me any information that I don't already have. That's pretty easy. I also ask that you please not backseat. Don't tell me what to do, where to go, what I missed, what happened in your run that didn't happen in mine. Stuff like that. Even if there's something simple that seems like it would be helpful to offer me, please don't do that. I like to figure stuff out on my own, and sometimes there's stuff I don't ever learn how to do, and I'm okay with that. I know that it comes from a good place to want to backseat. I'm not trying to be a dick, but it does kind of ruin the fun when you backseat. So just stay away from doing it. You guys have been really great about it, so I'm not really worried about it. But I always got to say it at the beginning, just in case. So the last time that we played Cyberpunk, which we need Cyberpunk music. Guess I was in the mood here. Last time we played Cyberpunk, we did one mission. That mission was a doozy. If you have not watched part 19, I definitely encourage you to watch 19. 19 was one mission that kind of stands on its own. You don't even necessarily need a bunch of context to understand the conversations that we had in it. But so Jefferson Peralez is running for mayor of Night City, and his wife Elizabeth is sort of like his number one advisor for it. So they called me to come over because Jefferson was attacked in his sleep. He has very little recollection of it, very fuzzy, couldn't give me a lot of information, but recalled pulling his pistol and shooting the person, or shooting at the person. Anyway, they were pretty distraught, as any of us would be if our apartment got broken into. But it was sort of weird. There's no evidence on the cameras of it happening. Security doesn't seem to be concerned about it. It was very odd. So we did some investigating, and we found a hidden room in their apartment. And that hidden room had a whole control suite in it, where it was very obvious that there was security that was acting in secret there and was observing everything that was going on in their apartment. And it was like, holy shit. And Elizabeth was like, I can't believe this. Oh my God. It was kind of odd, right? We're like, holy shit. They literally didn't know that this was in their apartment. So we went up to the roof, and we found that there was this beam satellite, this archaic technology. It was beaming down to a van. And so our hypothesis was that the security company was spying on the Peralezes for whatever reason. So comes to find out, it's way worse than that. When we get to the van and we chase the van down and shot some of the people that where the van ultimately ended up, it turns out that this group is actually infiltrating Jefferson and Elizabeth's brains. And they are literally changing their memories and their perceptions. And so Elizabeth and Jefferson have been having conversations about vacations that they either did or didn't ever have. Their memory of the security room had been wiped. So it's like they probably knew it was there, but it was removed. Serious cognitive altering happening. Scary shit, man. So we did some investigating on that. We talked to Elizabeth. Elizabeth didn't want us to tell Jefferson. And ultimately, I decided to tell him. While we were on our way to tell him, we got hacked. Our optical sensors got turned off, and there was a voice that said, don't do this. And it was like, oh, shit. But we told them anyway. No idea if they're going to remember, but they now know that something is going on and that their brains are being scrambled, and it's a lot to chew on. If you want a full analysis of that, because let me tell you, it was a trip. It took the entire episode, and it was fantastic. That's what you missed in 19, but that's all we did in the last episode. I have no idea if there will be a follow-up, but we've got some missions to go do, and I'm really excited to jump in, so that's where we're at. If that was exciting to listen to me give a synopsis of, you will love the episode. Oh, God damn it. I forgot about this. All right, hold on a second. I gotta fix this. Oh, you are gonna be... troubleshoot on the fly here. Hopefully this is easy to fix. Boom. All right, and we're good. All righty, let's rock. Thanks for spending your Friday night with me, chat.
Welcome to Info Flash. Say, did y'all lose power yesterday too? Yeah, when the lights went out, there I was cooking dinner.
At long last, part 20. Welcome in, VOD watchers. 19 was a trip, eh? Yeah. Pretty crazy. I was not anticipating how 19 was going to go. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the analysis as much as I did. Welcome into part 20. I'm excited for what's to come here. I first, as always, I want to just say thank you for being here. If you ever want to watch me live, make sure that you subscribe and turn on the notifications. I'm live at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time, Tuesday through Sunday. Would love it if you stopped by and joined us. If you ever want to see what chat looks like, there is an unlisted playlist where you can see the live VODs if you want to watch those. I'm sure many of you are watching the curated playlist right now. I want to say thank you first and foremost to those of you who have hit the thumbs up button down below to indicate that you like the stream. If you became a member at all while I was offline by hitting the follow button, thank you for doing that. That's a great way to support the stream. Or if you've tipped, or if you've purchased any merchandise at drmickmerch.com. There's lots of cool stuff at drmickmerch.com, including some music albums that you can use in the backgrounds of your streams and stuff that I have created myself. We've got several hours worth of music that you are welcome to enjoy. It's also streamable on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and others. Just search Dr. Mick and you will find it. Thank you for being here. Let's hope part 20 is as enthralling as 19 was. Pretty wild. All right, so Jefferson walked away. Takamura's still waiting for us. Let's go ahead and throw this little jacket on here. Got my jacket with my pretty skirt. I've been talking about needing new pants. Why go pants when you can go skirt? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Looking good, man, with a motorcycle helmet. Like, come on. Really wish I could wear that cowboy hat. But motorcycle helmet will do. Okay. Well, let's go talk to Nix. He's not far from here. Skirt is good for airflow, right? And I do. I've got nice legs. Great legs. You don't have to have nice legs to enjoy a skirt. Take your time, sir. Alright. Make sure volume's good. I'm the most stylish dude in Night City. Drive a stylish car. Do you think I'm stylish, dog? Yeah, you do. Hell yeah. Thanks, dog. Does the video seem more jittery than usual? Or is that just me? It's fine. Maybe I'm just tripping. What's up, Nix?
V, dog, listen. Got a yarn for you. Quick biz, that is. You interested?
All right, lay it on me.
Why do you think I'm here?
Was cruising the net, you feel? And I spotted an interesting classified.
Wait, let me guess. Performance enhancers? A used Mr. Stud? Cheap?
Now, I'm a serious man, V. And serious matters are what, if not all, that concern me. Somebody's selling a book of spells. Edition dating from before the first net crash. Now, you know a thing or two about that, don't you? Like how much that soft could run you and earn you.
Want me to clip it for you, don't you?
No clipping required. Just buy the damn thing. Reimburse you twofold.
That seems a little straightforward. Why are you involving me in that?
Sending me out to do your shopping? Want a case of Night Cola with that? Allergy chips?
Think on it, V. A treasure, and someone's willing to part with it. Now who does that? The hard up, V. And desperados got this unsavory side. They're unpredictable. One word off their mood, and they reach for their heat. That's why I need you to meet the seller. You got heat at the ready.
Okay, so you want me to do it because it's dangerous buying this. Okie dokie, even though I'm paying sticker price for this thing.
And?
Okay.
You thunk on it yet? Yeah,
I thunk
my
on
man.
it.
Zipping you the deets on the seller. And luck be with you all the way.
Alright, thanks, amigo. Hold on. This is... I hate to do this during the VOD, but it's going to drive me crazy if I don't. Give me 1 second. I am going to restart my computer because this is absolutely choppier than normal. We're going to pick up exactly where we left off there, but something's goofy. So, and I can see it. Restarting the computer here. So, yeah, so it's right. Nobody here ever lets on all of the details. It's kind of surprising, right? Like, if you know me well enough, you know to ask me to do this. I never really understand the need to be super cryptic other than making it about your own projections of a lack of safety. Like, you make these missions seem way more dangerous and weird when you don't give information, because then it suggests to me that you're withholding for a reason. Whereas if you tell me straight up, look, I know this seems like it's easy. I know this seems like it's straightforward. The reason I'm asking you to do this is because you're dealing with some dangerous people, and I'm not really comfortable using a weapon around them. I'd feel a lot better about it if you did it. That's why I'm willing to pay double. Like you got me, right? Like, I could feel a lot better about the fact that you've asked me to do this because you've given me all the information straight up. You let me make the determination of whether it's super dangerous or not and whether I'm willing to do it. And yet, people here just won't do it. Like, I'm in the position of power if you're going to approach me to ask for help. I recognize that. But you putting me in the position of vulnerability as the person who's helping you is not exactly the ideal here. And I don't know that that's what we really want to shoot for. So, I am inclined to be more skeptical when people don't give me information than when they do give me more information. Also, it's a good joke, Butterby. It's a good joke. I like it. Okay, let's see. Hopefully this will be better. Yeah, and I apologize. The nice thing is VOD watchers can just skip right ahead. That's why. Huh. It's because for whatever reason, my computer monitor's refresh rate changed. Oh, there we go. Oh my God. The refresh rate on my monitor, for whatever reason, switched to 60 instead of 165, which is why the 80 frames looked choppy and weird. No idea why that happened. Tell me the task and pay before. I don't know that you have to pay before the person signs on. I don't know about that, right? Like, generally you provide a service before you're paid for it. If you need to negotiate having half of it paid up front and then the other half paid after you're done, like, you see that happen sometimes. But I don't think all information plus payment is fair, because then I could just bail. You gotta work a little bit with people. All right, we're back in the game. We're good. No wonder that looked so crappy. Because this game generally runs at about 85 to 90 frames when I play it. And that's not what my guess would have been. And then I noticed when I was doing that my mouse looked weird. Oh, this is so much better. Okay. All right. Loading up.
Hey,
Here we go.
Everyone, welcome to Info Flash.
Let's try it again.
Say, did y'all lose power yesterday too? Yeah, when the lights went out, there I was cooking dinner.
Actually, Sean,
Well, if we're getting
I'm
specific,
marking
I was
this
puking a
because
happy burrito I found wedged
you
in my
could,
couch cushions.
if you're watching this,
Yeah, I know I
should make a note to tell him to
After
just
all,
cut
I
this
heard
part
microwaves
out.
Sap out all the nutrients, but hey, it kills the cockroaches too. So you win some, you lose
Third
some.
or half up front is what designers should be asking for
Anyway,
freelance.
what was
Yeah.
Right, the power outage. Apparently, some plant out in Santo short-circuited. Heard the EMPs were knocking AVs out of the sky. The CPD says the
Take two. So thank God. Okay, yeah. Didn't look any different for you guys, but my God, does it look different for me. Okay. Call R3 and O.
Hey, you looking for the book?
Sounds about right.
Price non-negotiable. You'll need to pay in full on pickup.
Clear enough. Agreed.
Preem, I flipped you the address. Come by your lonesome.
Oh, come by yourself. Always a good way to start things off. All right. Come alone. I have eyes everywhere. Do I give an active aggression here, or do I play it nonchalant? Play it nonchalant. I believe in my ability to handle this. Play it cool. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Maybe say hi to Claire on our way out.
Plenty of time to kick it at the bar, but couldn't spare any for me. See how it is.
I'm here, Claire. Last time we did this, you asked me to kill a dude.
Human line earned a spot on the menu here.
Didn't you a little bowl with the burn? Yeah, sorry to hear.
Remember his drink? The recipe?
Vodka on the rocks, lime juice, and ginger beer.
And a splash of love.
That's right. In the drink's name.
Jackie Wells.
Right. Well, the first Jackie Wells is on me.
This isn't a time for drinking, Claire. I'll be back. Alrighty. Go to the coordinates. 1.7 kilometers away. Can do. Let's go, Doug. All right, so what do you think the odds are that this mission ends up not being even remotely as straightforward as it seems like it is on the surface? Right, like this is like easy. Buy dating tip book, call it a day. What could possibly go wrong? Sure, it's fine. Yeah, sure. Of course. Totally fine. Okay. There. Alright, pull up here in the corner. Nice and easy. Alright, we're just gonna chill in the car for a minute. I'm gonna go tuck my wife into bed real quick, and I'll be right back. Use this as a chance to hit the thumbs up button. Check out all the social media stuff. Be right back. All right, chooms. Let's see what's up. You don't have to be rich to sparkle. Oh, okay. What's up? I see you. Yeah, I'm right here. You don't have to text me. I'm right here.
Spellbook. You got it?
I do indeed. Tucked away somewhere safe. You want coordinates? I need to see my money.
You better not be scamming me.
stinks to high hell. But okay, take you at your word.
You won't regret it.
Better not, or you will. Bigly.
Bigly, even.
You my word on that.
Just flicked you the coordinates.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Better be there. Better be there. This does kind of stink. This does kind of stink. Oh, it's not far away at all. I just wanted to turn my car around, apparently. Alright, let's see what's up. Some nice cars in this district. Excuse me. Alright. Collect the goods from the stash. You just put it in the bottom of a vending machine? Oh.
Oh, fuck. Zetatech XPR. Gotta be like 50 years old.
Least that. Had one, you know. Top of the line back in the day.
Open your shards menu and decrypt the book of spells. Yeah, I'm down. Crack security. All right. 12/12/2019. BBS rumor mills actually churned out some truth. The Zetatech fort is a fucking Alcatraz. Modified pit bulls at each entry port, speed traps and see ya at access points. As soon as I stepped foot in their net, they set flatline on my ass. Nice try, Zeta, but a little hardvark and killer VI combo meal did away with that. But for real, it wasn't easy. My trusty Elysia was smoking like a flare gun by the end of it, but I got the job done. Don't believe me? Check it yourself. Left a little note at the top of Zeta's fortress where their logo used to be. Spider Murphy was here. Oh fuck, I actually did it! Bart Moss unleashed data crash. Whole net's falling apart before my very eyes. Data fusing together, fortresses melting like ice cream. Ones and zeros flooding the information highway. Global stock market's losing its shit. Dow Jones dropped by hundreds in a single hour. King Tao CEO committed suicide. Netwatch is running around like a headless chicken. Holy fuck! Say goodbye to the old order. Death to corpse. Woo! Bart Moss was wrong. Everyone was wrong. The net was a mirror held up to our thoughts and dreams, our lives. Bart Moss took it and shattered it into pieces, thinking that would be enough. That would be enough. But as it happens, you can still see a reflection in every shattered piece of glass. Now instead of one mirror, we have thousands of them. Every court, government, gang now has their own net that they rule with an iron fist with no regulation, no accountability. Surveillance hasn't disappeared in the hands of those who govern us. It's only gotten worse. They're like modern-day fates with optic cables of our lives wrapped around their chrome fingers, ready to be cut at a moment's notice. They hear our frustrations. They look upon our futile rebellion and they laugh. They laugh so hard the whole world trembles at its very core. Alright. Don't really care about much of that, but it's interesting enough. Let's go get this back to Nick's. Wonder if he's gonna care that I cracked into it. This is like your first fetch quest in Cyberpunk. I know, if it ends up being just that, I'm gonna be surprised. But you know what? Like, every once in a while, like a little random fetch quest like this doesn't bother me. It's when games only have fetch quests like this that it's awful. Cyberpunk has done such a good job of diversifying the side quests that, like, even if that ends up being the case, I don't mind. It's okay. we go. We fetched the flaming crotch dude to a ripper dock once. We did. It was good. That was good stream fodder there. Still feel bad for that guy. Here we go. What's up, Mac? Good to see you. It's going well. All right. In here. Whoosh. Is Claire gonna give me shit when I walk in here again? Probably. I do think it's kind of cool that this bar is like down here in this room. That's cool. What's up, dude?
Plenty of time to kick it at the bar, but couldn't spare any for me.
All right, Claire. I get it. We ain't tombs right now. What up, buddy?
Hey, what gives?
What's it like, working for Rogue?
It's fine.
But that's it? Fine?
You want info on Rogue? Ask her yourself. I'm sure she'll be ever so obliged.
You know what? Good for him. He doesn't owe me that information. I just asked him that out of nowhere.
Listen, from one netrunner to another, you got any pro tips you could spare?
Don't see why not. If you're cool with Rogue, you're cool with me. I can sell you a few tricks of the trade from the Bartmoss era.
Rach Bartmoss. D. Bartmoss. Tell me you're fucking with me.
Before dropping off the grid, he unleashed a slew of ice-breaking grams and protos in the darkest corners of the net.
I heard how paranoid he was. Any idea what happened to him?
Who knows? But I was able to dig up a few classic Bartmoss relics. Here, let me show you.
Reveals enemies and devices connected to the local network. Weapon glitch. I don't really care about that stuff.
So, you got the book?
You got my eddies?
As I says, V, I am a serious man. Amount is agreed. All yours.
Oh, let's try it.
Hold on.
I've got leverage now.
The tablet's worth heaps more. I know that, and you know that.
Maybe it is, but I offered you a price and you accepted it.
Any contract can be declared null and void when a party thereto is proven to have acted in bad faith.
Alright, have it your way. You are hereby awarded a bonus.
Pleasure doing business with you. Later.
V, word of advice. Don't pull shit like that with me. Just don't.
Hey, you didn't have to say yes. I gave it a shot. He said yes. You know, don't be shitty with me if you said yes. If he would have gave me what we agreed with, it would have been fine, right? But I had leverage. I get that I might have broken some rapport with him, right? But, you know, there's sort of like some really, just an interesting dynamic that happens with that, right? Because I don't know what I don't know. So he's going to try to get it at the lowest price he possibly can. I have no idea if what he's offering me is fair or not. So you take what you imagine is probably fair. You get more information down the line. I have it. I did the errand for him. I have some leverage there. If he said... I did that potentially at the sacrifice of our relationship. But he also now learns that, like, I ain't gonna mess around. You can't screw me over. You want to get the job done right? You pay me what the job deserves to be paid. So what this probably does is condition him a little bit into a space where he goes, all right, if I got to get the job done, I'm going to call V, but I also know that I can't pull the wool over his eyes. So is this a job where I could pull the wool over somebody's eyes a little bit? Or is this a job where I really need it to get done? I'm going to call V. It's okay to advocate for yourself this way. You got leverage. If you have leverage in relationships, depending on the context, it's okay to use that leverage, especially if you know that you're being screwed. So while that may piss him off a little bit, he did agree to pay the extra because of the fact that I did that, which shows me that he acknowledges that what I said is partially true. He could have been like, no, man, it's the best I can do. I get it. It is worth more than that, but this is all I can offer you. And then it's up to me to decide whether I want to accept that or not, or whether I'm going to keep the thing. I have no use for the thing, so his leverage is that the thing that I took, I'm out $7,300. So it's not like I don't lose anything, right? He could say, well, screw you. You lost $7,300. Good luck trying to do something with that. In which case, then damn. But I also, you know, there's a negotiating that happens there. It's uncomfortable, a little bit tough, but you do it. Know your worth. All right, so it literally was just a fetch quest. All right. Wait. Polo Mirage. That's a long way away. Long way away. Let's go. Where's Judy? Don't we have a Judy mission to do? Go to Leah Gladen's apartment block. Gig type, search and recovery. Retrieve Leah Gladen's lockbreaker device. Great treasure can turn out to be a great curse. Remember that, V. One of the fences in my territory, Leah Gladen came into possession of some highly valuable equipment. A lockbreak device capable of jailbreaking corp cyberware. Some call it a corp cracker. This tech opens doors for suits who want out, but don't want to lose function of corp-issued chrome or are looking to make an extra eddy by selling second-hand. Leah wasn't born yesterday. She knows what the tech is worth. She and I went back and forth, long price negotiations. We were close to reaching a deal when all contact was lost. Your job is to find out what happened to Leah, but more importantly, to get that skeleton key for me. Don't bother reporting back till you have it. Don't waste time. I'm intrigued, and that's not far away here. Pisces is the Judy quest. Oh, all right, cool. Thanks, Moko. Well, let's do this, and then we'll go talk to Judes. I know the Paralis quest really was like, it really changed our expectations of what to look for in these. Let's go see what's in this apartment building. If this ends up being a pretty lame side quest, then yeah, we're gonna go do something that we know will be interesting. The physics of these offerings are a little odd sometimes. Go. Oh, I really thought I nailed that turn. Damn it. Alright. What's up, dude?
What? You fucking gunk!
Oops. He didn't like that, did he? Thanks again. Yep, you bet.
I'll kill you! Surrender immediately!
This guy's got a terrible headache. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Guy's got a real headache. We gotta get him some food. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. It was just a key card, man. Was it worth losing your life over a key card?
Where did the masses go? Surrender immediately!
No, oh no.
Moving in for the kill!
Oh, well, sorry, sir. God damn it. Oh, bye-bye, skirt. Alright, what do we got going on here? Radiator guy. Hey, Jim, eating guy was here. Went on about on a pressure issue. Saying there's a leak, then set up some scaffolding. That was the last I saw him. Hasn't answered my calls or messages. Either the man hightailed it with the eddies or there's a splat mark in his shape somewhere. Let us know how to proceed, okay? We need a new guy. Plus, there's access shard problem. Old building's one giant sitting duck for break-ins. I don't know who would do that. Hey, Mike, this heating guy dropped by today to see what's up. Paid up front, so he asks again. You tell him to step off your dick. Anyway, you need to make a shard with a whole building access because he said he's got to check the feed pipes, pipe loops, and whatever the hell else. I don't know. It can take hours. Thanks in advance, Jim. Ready? Well... So sorry, man. This is not how I wanted it to go. What's a latte in a fuse box like that? Oh, I have the access card.
For the love of...
Oh, Jesus. Johnny, what are you doing, buddy?
At some model skull? Or, I don't know, a fucking landscape architect?
What is it now, Johnny?
Being dragged through roach-infested flop houses again. That's what.
Job's a job. What was that code?
Mr. Code 2137. Yeah, I know, Johnny. The squalor is not great. I understand it. And again, I think his abrasiveness there to drive home, again, a point that I've been making throughout this entire playthrough. Johnny, I think, looks at this kind of thing and he says, man, the system's screwed up. Which is exactly how you should look at this type of thing. If you blame the tenants of a place like this for this being as garbage as it is, I think you're getting half of it. Right? Like, Night City is a place of immense wealth. It is a place where there's just so much money that moves, but it moves through a tiny percentage of the population. There's no safety net for folks. There's nothing to help them out. Like, these types of conditions in 2077 America, nobody should be living in. Yet they are in abundance in Night City. And so Johnny, I think, looks at this stuff and he thinks, this isn't how it should be. Again, because he doesn't really access the super, like, soft, vulnerable side of that, he becomes very abrasive and says, oh, why do we got to be in this shit can of a place, as a way to distance himself from that. You can just see the pattern in him. And knowing what we know about Johnny, it makes complete sense. It's just really a shame that he doesn't access the softer side of it. I actually think that it would be easier for him and V to converse about these things if that was not the case. Like, if he would actually be a little bit more vulnerable and in touch with that piece of himself when he engages like this. Damn it. Oh my god.
What a fucking shit sty.
Wasn't slumming it in squats like your whole thing?
Sure, when I was skezzed out beyond all recognition.
Right? Same thing. Immediately comments on that. He's Person probably really needs this money, and here I am taking it. What a vending machine in your house. Seems like the dream in a way, but tofu, tuna, and pineapple pizza. Thanks. What's this button? Alright. Let's take a look around a little bit here for a sec. Not a bad view.
Published in 70 languages simultaneously, sold over 3 million copies. In the Shade of an Apple Tree is a drama set in 20th
Archive
century
conversation.
Ireland,
Wilbur
and
and Leah. Hey, Leah. Hey. So you got any eager buyers? Yup. Tigers. Triple my asking amount. Sounds good. Too good to be true. Jealous. Subtle. All because I'm filthy fucking rich. Bet your sweet ass I am, but that won't change the facts. This reek's a mile off. In your shoes, I'd rather stick my finger up a cat's ass than touch this deal. Right. Gotta go. Call you from Hawaii. Who writes... Okay, whatever. It's a weird texting exchange, but I'm not gonna judge that. Okay, what is this? Stop complaining. Get Rich Today by Josh Kevorkian. The first and most important lesson: you and only you are responsible for your situation in life. Don't wait for the government to take pity on you. Don't wait for your loved ones to lend a helping hand. Just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and get to work. I know what you're gonna say. Unemployment's at 34%. But so what? What's stopping you from starting your own business? It's that damn simple. What's that? You say you need an education? So educate yourself, for Christ's sakes. From now on, I don't want to hear any excuses. What matters is that you could be rich too, but you have to want it. And for that, you have to work for it. And here we have a nice little opening into a conversation about something called relative privilege. And if you just heard me say the word privilege and you went, ugh, just hang in there for a second, okay? I promise I'm not going to make this painful. People who write like this generally mean well, but they come off as complete idiots. You have to understand that while the ends are out there for everyone, the starting point is completely different. Okay? For some people, that's an 8-mile race. For other people, that's a 26-mile race. And for some people, that's on the other side of the planet relative to where they are, what they have, and what possibilities and opportunities are there relative to who they are in the world. We do not all start on equal footing. People who believe that are people who haven't been exposed to the wide array of starting points that people have. Okay? This whole idea of like, go educate yourself, for Christ's sakes, right? Like, oh, you can't get work? Well, start your own business. Starting a business costs money. Costs money that most people don't have. You know, educate yourself. Okay, cool. You could go to the library. That takes time. If you don't have money, you need to work. If you can't find, right? Like, all of these things compound themselves. And different people have different access to opportunity based on who they are, where they come from, etc. So you sound like a complete numbskull when you say stuff like this. This is why we have to like work to try to help people have opportunities at the outset. I believe very much in what Josh is saying about the need to work hard. That is true. Okay? But hard work does at times need a boost and a helping hand. Like, it's almost impossible to go anywhere in this world completely by yourself. Humans are by nature relational beings. So if you think that all it takes is just, you just have to want it and you just got to work hard, while that's true, there are some people that have to run a 26-mile race while you're running a 1-mile race relative to whatever you had. And that's just sort of how these things work. The goal of like trying to, help folks out and get it so that everybody has an opportunity. Like, you have to recognize that some people don't have the same opportunity, and that means they need some extra assistance to get to the same starting line. Yeah, very much that comes off as just don't be poor. It is expensive to be poor, as we have talked about many times on this stream. Warning, scam alert. Do not click on any emails with ads for... Okay, we already read that. Good day. Your order is ready for pickup. As requested, steel wheels have been mounted to the bottom of your machine. Please remember that the maximum wheel load capacity is 2,200 pounds. Using the wheels to support more than the specified weight may result in damages. If you have any questions or concerns, do not hesitate to call customer service of Vendomate. Damn, I'm starting to look funky fresh. By the way, as a follow-up to that, being born with more privilege relative to others is not a bad thing. It is not something that you have to feel bad about or guilty about. I was born in the Midwest as a white dude who was relatively attractive, able-bodied, straight, right? Like, I tick all the boxes of things that basically have people just sort of like open doors for you and give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't have to feel bad about that. I just have to recognize that that's very much at play, and that there are people that may be potentially in need of assistance, where I can look back and go, you know what? Just because it was easy for me doesn't mean it has to be easy for other folks like me that maybe aren't qualified for a certain thing. And I need to look to diversify the pool of people that are here, and maybe I take a shot on somebody who maybe didn't have all of the same opportunities I had growing up, but could be amazing in this kind of position that I'm in, right? Like, it's about recognizing the way that your privilege relative to others affects what opportunities you have available to you. It doesn't mean you have to squander your opportunities. It doesn't mean that you don't have to take advantage of things that come your way. It does mean, though, that you have to understand that there are some folks who have had to work a hell of a lot harder to get where you are, and that doesn't discount the work that you've had to do. But it does mean that it's on you to sort of like work to try to help folks out. So if you spend time feeling guilty and get all up in your head about how much privilege you have, it's not anything to be punished about. Nobody's trying to take it away. We're trying to equalize it by giving other people opportunities as well. And that starts with people who have high privilege, affording people that opportunity.
Hey, you hear that?
Oh, I hear it all right. Just don't know why I should care.
Yeah, I'm Johnny Silverhand. I like to be kind of emo sometimes and pout on the couch. Don't know why I should care. Why would I show you that I care, V? If I show you that I care, that's really vulnerable for me, and you might become endeared to me. And God forbid I become friends with you, because if I become friends with you and then you die because I took over your body, I'm gonna feel terrible. Which, by the way, Chad, is a point we haven't talked about, and I bet you weren't expecting that I was going to talk to you right now about that. Johnny probably does not want to like V. Doesn't want to build a relationship with him because he knows he's going to die. He knows he's going to leave. He's being integrated with him. Think of how hard that would be. If I introduced you to somebody super cool and was like, but by the way, they're going to die in a couple weeks, you probably would have a hard time wanting to connect with them fully too. Right? Like, for as long as Johnny has autonomy, he also has the ability to see himself as separate from V and actually build an intimate relationship with him. And that's really hard to do. So some of his sulkiness and being crass and pushing me away, I think, is protecting himself from that. I don't want to get too close to this guy because I'm hijacking his body. Oh, damn. We got another Perales situation.
Well, well, well.
Alright, messages. Scam alert, jeez.
Looks like Leia went to the Tiger Claws. Behind Waco's back.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Claws aren't the deal-honoring type.
Let's see if she got lucky.
Kana, got something for you. A device for jailbreaking corporate equipment. 100% effective on both implants and weapons. Works across the board except for Night Corp tech. Must use another encryption system. Let me know if you're interested, but don't think long. I have other buyers, LG. Holy shit, I'll give 3 times more than the best offer. Drop by Wired Head and we'll hit the market. Kana. Make sure you're holding on to something because I got something that'll make you fall out of your chair. Got a pretty piece of tech for sale that jailbreaks corporate equipment. 100% effective on both implants and weapons. Works across the board. Oh, to Wakako, I'm buying. Send details of payment and delivery. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can't be doing that. Hedging your bets here. Into the Brain Dance Club, Wired Head. Yeah, can I speak? Oh no. Oh no. I bet this person's here ready to take a tour of this apartment complex and is waiting for somebody from management to come help him out. Sir, I think I saw it fall down and blow away in the wind. What now? But I saw something about management was going to go out to lunch and probably dinner, and that they needed to cancel all appointments today. So I don't know if there might be some new management coming in soon, dude. So you probably I don't know if you got other places you're looking at, but you know, maybe you want to take some time to do that. I haven't seen management here all day. Like not at all. Definitely not back at the vending machines. Good luck to you, man. Just hope you find a place. Great. Let's get the hell out of here, Doug. You think you believe me? Nice. God damn it. Missed my turn. Maybe not. Oh my God. Learn to drive, Ryan. I'm all up in my head. I'm distracted while I'm driving here. Hood's busted. What a shit show. I wonder how Night City handles internet service. Surely there must be some kind of citywide internet connectivity. I would imagine so, but everybody's terrified of net runners. Alright, here we are. The Wired Head. What up, homie? Just taking a little nap? Okay. Need to take what am I doing? I need to take the elevator. Oh shit. Oh, turn around. Walk the other way, buddy. Walk the other way. Don't walk toward me. Walk the other way. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired. Brother, I don't want to blow your brains out. Turn around. You've seen everything there is to see in this direction, I promise. God damn it. This guy's not gonna turn around, is he? Please turn around. Alright, is there something I can use to distract? Nope, get down. Get down, V. Oh, here we go. No, billboard can't distract with that. We're gonna spend this entire goddamn stream. Oh, here we go. Here we go. See if it works. Oh no, that distracted the wrong dude. Oh no. What? What? Why did my gun shoot? Oh. That sucks. God damn it. Oh! This gun sucks. I want this gun. Not great. Not great, chat.
Reminds me of this one dive in Arroyo we used to sometimes do sets in Friday nights. Because it was one tough fucking joint. One wrong word, one sideways glance, and you get steel between the ribs.
Let's get this over with. Show yourself.
And I'm gonna try not to kill everyone.
Come out.
I don't wanna. Okay. Well, this hasn't gone well. Not a huge fan of this gun, but I don't know that I have anything that's more powerful than it. Yeah, I don't. Sucks that I got hacked to have my gun shoot like that. Man, this place is a dump. Ugh. Oh.
And And here I thought I won the Darwin Award. I guess we have a new winner.
What? Alright, let's get you out of here, I guess. Yeah, that's Leah. So, gotta clear this place out?
Bingo. Come to Papa.
Huh. And to think so many people died for this tiny little shit speck.
It's not the size that counts.
Both you and I know no one actually believes that.
V, I know it might seem like you're trying to help, but I'd rather that you just left us alone. Otherwise, things won't end well. Goodbye, V, and please stay away. You've done enough already. You have been blocked. Oh, Elizabeth. Okay. Well, that's her prerogative. She's probably mad that I told Jefferson about what was going on. She's allowed to block me. What have we here? Crafting the crusher. Okay. Out of Wired Hill. Happily. Deposit the equipment at the drop point. Have a nice SMG that you got when you saved the monk. Any thoughts on V's and Johnny's relationship? First time I've hopped into a Cyberpunk stream. I talked about it just a little bit ago, but V and Johnny's relationship is a little bit interesting because it's been forced. You know, if you're V, Johnny is a threat.
I see you were able to find the lockbreaker. Splendid work. Keep it up. Closing the contract.
Wow, that wasn't worth it. So, from V's perspective, Johnny is taking over his entire mind and body, really, without his permission. So, I think V has every right to be annoyed with Johnny. I think at the same time, Johnny's probably not thrilled that he's taking over V, but he also needs to make sure that he doesn't get close to V because of the fact that taking his body over, essentially, means that V is gonna die. So I think Johnny probably wants to have some kind of relationship with V subconsciously because it would be meaningful to connect with somebody, because Johnny's not really one to really connect with folks. At the same time, connecting with V is threatening because V is inherently going to die. So it's just tricky because neither one of them really asked to be in the other one's life, and they both have to accept that they just are part of each other's life. Like, there's not really any getting around that. And their acceptance around that is tough, because they accepting, I mean, how do I want to say this? Like, they have to accept that it's happening, but they don't want to accept that it's happening, so there's dissonance there, and they can take it out on each other. It's really tricky. Really, really, really tricky.
Points. Don't touch that volume. You heard right. 10 points. But why? How? Coming off a disappointing year, no new announcements, the release of longtime CEO Leslie Wawuda. Who could justify even an any of investment into the
What are you doing, sir?
giant? And yet, don't forget.
Oh my
folks,
God!
many huge accounts out there are managed by AIs. You blink an eye.
You all saw that guy jump out in front of me, right?
Shares twice over in billion-euro deals. The problem is, we always know what drives them.
Oh.
And frankly, the
Oh, not a good driving night.
couldn't care less, so long as they see those profits ticking up. But my dear viewers, I say we dig deeper. How could orbital air grow so drastically, so quickly? My friends,
Whoa.
I see only one logical explanation. Those AIs expect a big boost in demand for orbital flights in the very near future. But why? World war? Environmental catastrophe? Perhaps the rise of the machines? That we may never know. Whatever conclusion the AIs have deduced from their data crunch, they seem intent on keeping it to themselves.
Oh God! I didn't realize this place was hostile.
Take him from behind!
Oh.
Grabbing a shotgun!
Yeah, come on. Just come on. Funnel on out, fellas. Idiots.
Had enough of this shit!
Regroup!
You and me, asshole! Let's do this!
You don't want to mess with me and my sniper. You don't want to mess with it. You don't want to. You don't want any part of it. You don't want it. I was just trying to park. You assholes start opening fire on me. That's what happens. Look at that. You don't have to force the hell. Hey, madame. Find the recording of the samurai.
I remember that gig.
Johnny's shoes.
Words out so hard I couldn't speak for a week.
Wow, man. That must have been fun to watch.
What, the gig?
No, you're not speaking for an entire week.
Yeah, I mean, them like ragging on each other, I think. In some ways, it's indicative of their relationship getting more close. But I also think, like, they're both frustrated with each other because of what's coming up. You know, the inevitable takeover. Yes, please. I gotta get me one of these. Let's get my shitty car out of here. Hold on. All right. What was the last main quest I played? Off the top of my head, I don't remember. We've been doing sort of like side questy stuff here for a little while in the hopes that it would produce some cool content, which it has.
This is your final warning.
About what? Oh my god, this car is so cool. Parked here. Oh! Jesus! Yo! Oh my god! And then you're gonna run away? And then nobody's gonna do anything. Cops aren't gonna do anything. You're gonna just beat the shit out of this random guy instead of going after this hit and run.
Next time, take it.
Wow.
I've got your bootlegs.
Huh? What bootlegs? What are you talking about?
What? Samurai concerts, the one you hired me to find.
Ooh, yeah, totally. Why didn't you say so? Shit, man, Shimura.
Yeah, dude, Shimura. Yeah, bro. Don't get along with your mom?
You don't get along with your mom.
You know, I don't even remember the last time I called her mom. Don't even call her Bess Isis or Mother or Nancy. The incredible one and only Bess Isis. Shit.
It's parked downstairs. Keys are in the ignition.
What? For real? That's fucking far out, Shum. I won't forget this.
I hope not. Keys are in the ignition. Parked in Night City.
A gig well done, V. Our client's satisfied not only to get his hands on that recording, but the wheels too. A satisfied client means a satisfied fixer. Hell, you should be satisfied too. Contract's closed, and payment's on its way.
What's your reward from the drop? Mind if I do? Keys in the ignition here too, huh? Oh! Not a problem. Yeah, my driving. Dump some of this garbage. Ah! I didn't do it! have great news. I got ADHD diagnosis yesterday. Nice, Blushing. I'm so glad to hear that. You know, sometimes that can sound weird to say, but I know how hard you've been working for that. I'm glad to hear that you went, that you took it upon yourself to get assessed, and I hope that that diagnosis makes a difference for you. All right, let's go see Judy. We've done lots of side quests, so not been a ton of analysis tonight. So let's go get some stuff. Yeah, I think so. I like Rogue too, Sean. Rogue seems to be just kind of like a straight shooter. She's no nonsense. She tells it like it is. She acknowledges the realities of Night City, and you know I can get on board with that. I don't like people who sort of try to like sell you on something that's just not real. She understands the context she's in. She understands what I'm working with, and she expresses appreciation and gives credit when credit's due. So I'm all for that. All right. Here we go. Meet with Judy and the dolls.
Today, Holmes. Come on, don't keep me waiting.
I think I'm dressed for the occasion too. So.
Hey, V. You ready?
I'm ready. Okay, so these options, right? So, you nervous?
What's up with you?
I think it's it's a fair question. Like, how are you feeling? I think it's easy. Another nitpicky thing, but sometimes these nitpicky things are some of the most important things. So, if you want to know how a person is feeling about something, like if you want that information, the best thing you can do is just say, how you feeling? When V is presented with this option here of, are you nervous? A lot of us will ask those questions thinking that we're asking a person how they're feeling. But that's actually a leading question. And it's also one that frequently is the product of our own interpretation of something and our own projections. So when you ask him if he's nervous, that's potentially a reflection that V is nervous. Or that this is a situation that V perceives that he would be nervous in if he was to be the one in that position. And so it's fine if you want to ask that question. But if the question is the result of projection, and you ask them if they're nervous, and they say no, and you are, that's going to create some dissonance and isn't going to be reassuring. If you're asking that question because you're hoping he says that he's not nervous as a way to reassure you of your nervousness, you really ought to rethink that question. And you might say something like, I feel nervous, how are you doing? That's a much better way to get at what somebody's experience is than leading them using your own perceptions. And many of us do this a lot. So it's worth considering how you ask these types of questions and gather that information. That said, we're going to ask Tom if he's nervous.
You nervous, Tom?
How'd you know?
First time you've done anything like this. Just imagine you're doing what a doll does, just different program. You're great at that.
For those who don't remember this and are like, wait a minute, what's happening here? They have a alternate program that has been injected into them
Get it together.
where they become super hostile and strong, and they are basically designed to attack a person as dolls in a way that is really quite powerful, because we're trying to get information from I forget the name of the guy, but like we're trying to like do a whole coup here, and this is our way of doing it.
So glad you came.
Mulled it over in my head. Y'all were right. Sometimes the only rational course of action is a kick in the nuts and a bullet between the eyes.
Flint, I am loving this game.
Any idea how I can get to Hiromi?
Pulled the blueprint, got it all figured out. Okay, not all, but we're good on the penthouse. Best bet's to access it from the service level. Got a way in from there.
And Maiko? Where's she?
Meeting with Hiromi to avoid raising any suspicions.
She'll make him stay put until we're in.
Remember, let the behavioral chip do what it wants. You got no time to deliberate, weigh decisions. Just follow your instincts. Freeze, tense up for even a second could cost you your life. Got it?
Pretty sound advice. Be right back. I gotta pee, and I want to be of full sound mind and body. Use this as an opportunity. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up button on the video. Follow me on all the socials. I'll be right back. To answer your question, Queen, no. I don't usually have like favorite characters, so to speak. I think everybody's kind of interesting in their own way. All right.
All right. We going in?
Let's do this.
All right, Judy, I need you to stay cool, man. Now, just remember, Judy has a tendency to become pretty impulsive.
Go.
When she is thrown off. And we gotta be mindful.
Don't make trouble. You two head in right after us. Go straight to Clouds.
All right, this is gonna be intense.
Stay sharp. Gangoons might be lurking. Got a jack into the panel on the other side. Can you take him out?
Yes, I can. And we're gonna try, if possible, to do it silently.
Get out of sight.
Air conditioner's on. Okay. Oh boy, we got a big boy. Just be a little louder. Oh.
They heard something.
You know that, Judy. here, sir. Oh.
By the pen.
All right. Not bad.
What then? Everyone all in position?
Tom and Roxy should already be at Clouds. We go on Maiko's signal. They'll mop up security, you deal with Hiromi. But first, you gotta get into the penthouse.
You not coming with me?
More likely not to be detected if you're alone.
I'm okay with that.
Besides, I'll be more useful here. If they activate any alarms, I can override.
Sweet.
You gonna breach security? Get me in the penthouse?
Thought I could do it, but... sorry, it's not gonna happen. Gotta manage on your own.
Okay, on my way.
Elevator's on the other side. Be safe.
I try, but tonight that hasn't been whatever. It's fine. It'll work this time. Past behavior here doesn't have to mean future behavior.
Uninterrupted repair to the neural tissue. The cost of this cutting-edge therapy treatment.
How's the sitch? Inside at Clouds. Who's taking which floor? I'll take the lower level. Tom will head upstairs. We're all set.
Continues to rage on. The 10,000-acre dumping ground ranks among the world's largest and contains both toxic and biological waste. Already 7 firefighters combating the blaze have died, and another 40 have suffered from severe burns and toxins.
All right, on the roof.
Jump down onto the balcony. Careful though, okay?
Citing her most recent book, In the Shade of Africa.
That's one route. Let's go ahead and canvas the roof here for a second.
On my mark. Go!
Hold on a second, Tom.
I'll be late. I told you, I have shit tons of work. No, don't wait up.
I don't want any fucking dinner. Everything you cook tastes like sawdust anyway.
Love you too.
Right, there's gotta be like cameras and shit over here, right? Like, let's ping. Was a little too close for comfort there. I need to do another ping. Right, we got one guy.
Hey, they punched the alarm. Not if I got anything to say about it.
CEO tested himself in the Grand Canyon.
You think it was his idea?
Fuck yes. Sales are dead. It's a publicity stunt.
Well, then he'll get what's coming to him at the bottom.
You fucking wish. People like him never get what's coming to
so good. Alright, we got the one guy up there. Looks like the only guy left we have to worry about.
Oh, Jesus, fuck! Floor's clear. I killed him. I killed them all.
Jeez.
Same here.
Go to the surveillance cam in front of the security
you do
room.
it today, or you forget about the whole thing. Look, I don't care about any...
I'm surprised that this guy does not have more surveillance. I really am.
Here, finally.
Oh shit.
I was beginning to think you wouldn't make it.
Right, wrong. Chicks will give you shit no matter what you do. This one's a real charmer, too.
Not all girls have to be nice, Johnny. Besides, she's got to deal with a gang. She shouldn't be. Didn't want to trip any alarms. Had to come through quietly.
Fast forward a year.
I don't need to be antagonistic toward her right now. I don't think that's a good idea. I still don't fully know what her investment is in this, and being antagonistic isn't in my... she's got too much power here.
Can we get this over with?
Why are there 3 guys? What's she playing at?
That's our target, Hiromi Sato.
What are they watching?
Demo reel of Cloud's next top doll, specially selected by yours truly. The lucky girl's gonna replace Evelyn. Hope she proves smarter.
Who are the other 2?
Target audience of today's presentation. Hiromi answers to them directly. Now they're gonna watch him die in a pool of his own piss.
This is not what we agreed.
Look at me. See this? This is a look of unfucking surprise on my
I know
face.
the clause. To them, power is a question of strength, ruthlessness. This is the only way.
Maiko.
I'm about to jack him out. They will not be chirpy after the rude awakening.
What are you doing?
One show ends, another begins. Just as good and unforgettable. Understand?
You know, if I wanted to be I wanted to be vindictive. Really wanted to just, you know, put my foot down here and be like, you wake those 2 up, I'm out of here. I didn't sign up for this. She is leveraging cost sunk massively here. She has all the power, and we knew this. We knew this. So I shouldn't be surprised. I get that Johnny's not surprised. But now, all of a sudden, my expectations have been completely turned on their head. I came in here with an idea of what we were going to do and what was going to happen. It's been completely turned upside down by Maiko. And Maiko doing this is not smart on her part either. Like, let me be very clear about this. This isn't just dangerous for me. This is dangerous for her. Because what people in her position fail to realize more often than not when they kind of pull the old whoopsie doodle on you in the middle of a really dangerous mission like this is you have now thrown everybody off kilter. People that you're relying on for your own survival through this. Maiko needs us as much as we need her. She's now in a dangerous situation because she's waking up two dudes that I know nothing about. And now all of a sudden I got way more variables I got to take into account here. She's acting like she's completely in control here, but she has thrown off the entire group. If she had just told us up front, look, here's what I'm going to do. Tiger Claws, you got to show a sign of strength. We got to make sure we meet them at their like cultural understandings of what's going on so that we really send the proper message. It gives us more time to prepare. But now she's like hijacked this entire thing, and she is as dangerous of a position as we are. I don't appreciate it. It's now put me at risk. It's put Judy at risk. It's put the two dolls at risk. All because she didn't give us information. If you're going to go in on a joint endeavor, chat, I realize in real life you're probably not doing shit like this, but if you're going to go in on a joint endeavor, give people all the information. Put it out there. Let people know where you're coming from. If you don't trust the group that you're with all of the information that you have to bring, you probably shouldn't be doing this with the people that you're doing it with. This just turned into a complete shitstorm because of this.
No killing. I said it from the start.
I have to regain control here.
Oh, please. You mean that wasn't you being noble for your sweet little Judy's benefit? Don't want to kill? Don't. All I need is for him to grovel and plead for his life on his polished floor. Understood?
Don't like this one bit.
Too late for second thoughts. Tom and Roxy have done their part. Your little doll revolution is underway. Either we consolidate and win it all, or let everything go to waste.
Meaning you want to replace Hiromi.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that means joining the Tiger Claws.
How the fuck else do you expect me to protect Clouds from other gangs?
Oh my god. Are you... Oh. If you ask the right questions and you spend enough time, you will find that the things that people do make sense to them. Her agenda all along was to replace him, and she didn't tell us. And now she's basically saying, if you can't beat him, join him. And the only way that I can protect this place is to be in a gang myself that has been causing a ton of problems. I don't know what kind of overestimated amount of control you have to think that this is a smart idea, but there is just no part of me that thinks that this is smart. She is literally undercutting the entire head of the Tiger Claws and thinks that by magically doing that, everybody in the Tiger Claws is going to just be like, oh, welcome in, Maiko. Yes, by all means, lead the charge. Gangs are like families, chat. They are basically families. They're fictive kin to the nth degree. This would essentially be like Maiko coming in, killing your father, and then saying, I'm daddy now. Treat me like daddy. That's literally what she's doing here. We as outsiders look at the Tiger Claws as just this like band of folks that do bad shit. But people join gangs because they feel a sense of camaraderie. It's family. It's connection when you've probably grown up with lots of people you couldn't trust. You go through shit together. And she is literally just inserting herself into a gang in a leadership position without doing any of the initiation rites that are involved in the gang and without any of the binds or the ties that bind them together. This is the most terrible idea I could possibly think of how you would want to infiltrate a gang. And I gotta clean this freaking mess up here. This is bad.
Do you think?
Well, she is no Parker. Wait. What's going on? Who is this?
Living proof that Hiromi Sato's time is up. This merc has already disturbed the clientele at Clouds once. And now he's invaded Mr. Sato's private residence. As if that were not enough, this is where Hiromi's sheer incompetence has led all of us to.
What the hell?
I have long looked upon Hiromi Sato's foolish, inept endeavors. But this? I think it's obvious he has outlived his usefulness.
V, what the fuck's she doing?
Clouds needs new management.
Am I to understand that this future manager stands before me now, speaking with such zeal?
With your permission.
Over my dead body. We were gonna get rid of him.
Am I to understand these as your conditions?
V, you gotta take him down. That's why we're here.
Michael will take care of day-to-day operations at Clouds. She's best for the job. Dolls trust her. They follow her in a fire, as you can see.
You know what always annoyed me about Hiromi? He had no vision.
Call off this massacre.
He is a man who will not scratch the end of his nose, unless you tell him with which hand to do it. We have one last formality to fulfill.
At midday tomorrow, I will present to you terms to which you will agree.
Your engagement ends here. If ever you should require a stable employee, we are not difficult to find.
I'll think about it.
Thank you. Come with me, V. Thanks, V. First transfer from Cloud's new manager coming your way.
Don't need your eddies.
But you can have them. And have Judy wrapped around your neck.
Keep them. Buy yourself something nice.
The hell did you do, V? No time to talk now. Just get out of there. You're clear for the elevator. I'll be waiting by Jig Street.
That was a impossible situation. And yeah, I'm sure y'all are probably wondering what the hell is my thought process on that. Maiko orchestrated the shit out of that. And took control in a way that I was not anticipating. I don't know what else she planned for. I don't know what kind of controls she has set up. I don't know if she's got more people inbound. I don't know at this point anything other than she took control in this moment, set this up, and seems to understand the situation in a way that I don't. If there's going to be change as it relates to this, I would rather go with a variable that I understand, which is Maiko. And she was right. I was much more inclined to let that play out rather than intervene there. Because what happens is if I jump in and I undercut her in that moment while that guy's talking to her, when that guy see what's going on, bad news. Now we're all in danger. He could take that katana and just as easy turn around and slice her head off with it. Wake Hiromi up. And this is just bad. And if I tell Judy to shut up there, that doesn't really help either. All that does is agitate Judy. And Judy has been so impulsive in the past that I can't trust what she's going to do. So I have to keep her leveled. She has to, basically, I have to show that I am like stoic and understand what's going on so that Judy stays calm. And I have to let that play out. At that point, like, I'm already so off kilter. Me trying to take control there is not useful because I have already been thrown off. I know what the original plan was, but I don't know what her contingency is. I don't know what kind of problems it causes. We can deal with it now, right? Ultimately, we were trying to take out Hiromi. Hiromi got taken out. She's in charge. I'm going to let Judy and Maiko figure out what this means for them. That's a high-stress situation there. You have very limited time to make a call. And to me, being reticent there was better. If he slices Maiko's head off, at that point I go, hey, I get it. I didn't know she was going to do this to you guys. But you have to, again, I know I say this in every playthrough when we have these high-stakes situations like this. If you want to get better at working through high-intensity situations and adversity, you have to keep in mind the known variables. Known versus unknown variables. We could what-if this to death. We could what-if it to death, but we have to react to what's actually happening in the room. Maiko showed very clear control in that moment. I am off kilter, and if I go against her, I have no idea what kind of danger we're in. I now undercut her in front of people I don't know. I don't know these two guys. They weren't supposed to be here. And I have no idea what the ramifications of that are. So I let her take responsibility for what's going on and we see what happens. And I'm prepared to shoot if I have to. Judy's going to be pissed. She is going to hate this. But something tells me this operation was going to go on regardless of whether Maiko intervened or not. So if I know that Maiko is going to be the one that's in charge of it and I can at least trust her to some extent, fine. It's not my job to tell her whether to join the Tiger Claws or not. I hate that she threw off the entire mission here. That is frustrating. For me and her, that's what her and I have to deal with now going forward. You're like, look, man, you're going to ask me to do shit. You can't turn the tables on me like that. That was a bullshit move. I don't appreciate it because you put me in an unsafe situation. I get that you have your reasons for it and your justifications, and that's fine, but you put me at risk there, and we are not cool if you're going to do that shit. And it's okay for me to put my foot down there. She obviously knew more about this than we did. And fine. No idea what the right answer is there. You do your best. Holy crap. I'm going to use this as an opportunity. I'm going to just kind of chill on this bench here for a second. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to say thank you all for being here. I appreciate you taking the time, whether you're watching the VOD, whether you're here live. Thanks for taking the time. I would leave comments. If you got something to say about this, if you're watching the VOD, I would love to read it. I just ask that you please don't spoil. Most importantly, do not tell me what the other outcomes are. Do not write in the comments, if you'd have done this, this would happen. If you'd have done this, this would have happened. I will remove those comments. I do not appreciate them. They don't add anything to the experience. If you want to comment on what did happen, that's awesome. I would love to hear your response to it, whether you agree with my decision or whether you don't or whatever. That's totally fine. But that's my rationale for doing what I did. That's what was going through my mind in that moment. And I worked with as many known variables as I had.
Has released a statement on the flow of refugees from the Netherlands.
Fuck, V. You just stood there and watched her play us? At least you had the decency not to take her eddies.
Judy has history with Maiko. So anything that relates to the interactions between Judy and Maiko, I have to take with a grain of salt. You know, I don't know at this point what Judy's emotional investment is in Maiko, but, you know, her seeing Maiko do what she did, she said, you watched her play us, that's going to sting a lot more for Judy than it is for me. And Judy, by the way, wasn't there. She wasn't in my position. So she can be angry about my decision, but ultimately she didn't put herself in that position, and I'm kind of glad she didn't, because if Judy was there with me, this would have been a shit show. Because there's no way she can't bring her history with Maiko into that situation. Me going it alone there and being able to deal with her as an outsider of what's gone on between the two of them is for the best, because you bet your ass Judy would have flown off the handle. She wasn't very happy on the radio with me. Imagine if she was in that room. Imagine what that turns into potentially with her. So she's got a history here. So she's biased in the way that she's conceptualizing this in a way that I don't have to comment on, but I have to keep in mind while she's talking to me. And this is right. I did not want a bloodbath.
If I hadn't settled it quietly, Hiromi wouldn't have been the last casualty. How many lives would you be willing to sacrifice for your pipe?
Fine. I'm sorry. Got carried away. This ain't how I imagine things panning out. But guess I should get used to it. No matter what you do, life's always gonna throw you a curveball.
Yep. I don't know that bringing Evelyn into this is a good idea.
Your frustration, I get it.
Don't take this personally, but I gotta cool down. Gonna go.
Cool.
Thanks for the help, V. Thank you again.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That is a perfect example of how you notice when you are too physiologically aroused to be able to have a meaningful conversation with somebody. That's really good insight by Judy there. There is a concept called flooding that happens for us when we get upset, where our prefrontal cortex either goes offline or becomes a little bit less accessible to us. And it actually makes it hard, when our amygdala fires in our brain, it makes it harder for us to actually hear and synthesize information. Like literally you are against your biology when that happens. And if you can recognize that you're very frustrated, physiologically aroused, potentially even flooded, and you walk away, that is perfectly appropriate. Because her and I having a conversation would be worthless right now if she can't be available for it. You are better off allowing a person to create that distance and walk away with the caveat that they will come back than you are to try to pursue her, run after her, engage with her. A lot of people, this makes them anxious when this happens, and your first inclination is to try to close the gap and run in and resolve your anxiety by getting her to open more up about what's going on. Tell me what you're frustrated about. Come on, come on, come on. Do not do that. If somebody has the wherewithal to recognize that they are too flustered to have a conversation with you, you've got to let them go. And then it's on you to deal with your own anxiety as it relates to that. And if you are the person that leaves, like Judy is in this moment, you have to come back when you're ready. And if you can communicate that, that's awesome, right? Like, hey, I want to have the conversation. I'm not prepared for it right now. I will let you know when I'm ready. And you've got to do that because you do leave a person hanging when you do this in their own anxiety. But that's wonderful insight from Judy, and I appreciate she did that. And so we're going to let her go because that's what you should do.
Don't mention it. See you around, Judy.
I think I felt that kind of energy when I was frustrated with my geology classwork the other day. It happens. If you got to take a moment to gather yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. It's really like The amount of times that I will watch couples just constantly try to pursue each other while they're flooded and while they're overloaded, it's worthless. You literally cannot hear what people are saying when you are flooded. You cannot synthesize that information. It is overload for your brain. Interpersonal neurobiology is super helpful to know. I understand that most people don't, have that available to them to fully understand, but it's really if anybody is interested in reading about this kind of thing and learning more about like interpersonal neuropsychology, Mona Fishbane is a really good person to check out her books. You can find them on Amazon. I think one of them is called like Loving with the Brain in Mind. But it's actually really helpful to understand what happens in your brain when certain interpersonal conflict happens. And one of the things that's important to be able to recognize is when you're flooded, so that you can take some time away if you need to and re-engage at a later time. The other thing that I want to point out about this that you should understand if you're the person that walks away is that if that does increase the anxiety of the person that you walked away from, you have to be prepared when you come back for that person to you have to be prepared for that person to be a little bit amped up when you return to them. You can't expect them to be as calm as you are because that's a little bit unfair to them because you've left them hanging in a time of distress. So you have to be ready to come back and be warm and responsive to that and allow them to de-escalate a little bit through the connection. Hey, it's the monks.
Oh, you again. Thank you once again for your help.
And yet, you did not help. Good intentions do not justify murder. Please, leave us in peace.
Fine. Be my guest.
So interesting. It makes you wonder. If us saving that brother was more for the personal edification of the guy who was modified, veiled as save my brother, and if the guy who is not modified, who we saved, is angry not just because of the murder that we caused on our way to helping him, but also because his brother acted on potentially selfish intentions. Like the guy on the left who is unmodified. You want to talk about sticking to your guns on your values? And as we talked about, he doesn't owe me a thank you. He doesn't have to say I appreciate you saving me. He does not owe me that. I went in there on my own volition. But it's a very fascinating dynamic to me. I also think that, when he says that like intention doesn't override impact, that's very true. I actually tweeted about this today. That your intentions are less important than the impact you have. And a lot of times what happens when people do something that's harmful is they immediately expect the person they've harmed to empathize with their intention and then all of a sudden be okay with the impact. And that's not how these things work. You have to respond to the impact you have first. If you punch somebody in the face by accident, you turn around with your fist or whatever and somebody was there and you didn't realize it and you punch them in the face and they're bleeding from their nose. You have to first apologize for that, recognize that it happened, acknowledge that it happened, and attend to the impact of your punch. After you do that, that person is more likely to be able to be like, hey, I know you didn't mean it. Then we can get to intention. Same thing with a microaggression. You say something that is, hurtful to somebody, and they are, they're hurt by that in whatever way, and they tell you, hey, when you said that thing, it really affected me. It hurt. If you immediately jump to, well, I didn't mean it that way, you're not attending to the impact of your actions. It's okay to acknowledge that even if you were well-intentioned in something that it caused harm to somebody, to be curious about that, to attend to it, and then invite them, like, hey, would you be interested in hearing, like, kind of where I was coming from when I said that, acknowledging that it was hurtful to hear. Much better, more sophisticated conversations as a result of that. And I just want to point that out in the wake of what this guy said about murder and the intentions behind it. People will justify really bad behavior with intention. And it doesn't work that way. And yes, Putt Dog. I don't know if that's how you spell Fishman. See where these coordinates lead, just like it says. Yeah, I really can't emphasize enough how much that monk does not owe us a thank you. Brian, thank you for the 5 months, man. I appreciate it. I also want to say, Brian, that I appreciate all of the Formula 1 updates that you've been posting to the Discord. I like to remind you every now and then that I do appreciate those. Again, thanks for being here, chat. I hope you've been enjoying this episode, that the analysis is in some way meaningful. Cyberpunk has provided really some incredible conversations that I just don't know we have not been able to have a lot of these conversations with other games. There are just themes that are present in this that are really remarkable. I have just so enjoyed what this game has had to offer. Dishes away at my grandma's one day and I accidentally broke a glass pan. Did I intend to break it? No, but it doesn't change that I broke it. Correct. Right? And so you can apologize for breaking it. If it was a really meaningful pan in your grandma's life, you can listen to that and be like, hey, I'm really sorry. I appreciate that was really hurtful, the fact that I broke that pan and that I wasn't more careful. Right? And then that opens up a conversation about, hey, I know you didn't. Impact tends to be more emotional than intention. You know, what's the old saying? The road to hell was paved with good intentions. It's analogous to giving birth to somebody they didn't ask for. Trash.
My name is Arif Iqbal, and this is WNS News. We have a breaking development for today's international news segment, or should I say, interplanetary. In a daring orbital heist, millions of Eurodollars worth of goods were stolen from Galileo. The thieves docked with the station during a solar storm, which temporarily blinded radar systems, then breached the hull of an orbital air laboratory. The space pirates, as some have...
You see yourself replaying this game in the future on your own time and choosing different choices? I finished my own playthrough and I'm fascinated by how different yours has been. Honestly, probably not, Cayman. Because I've been playing this game super thoroughly, so I don't really anticipate going back. I don't think there's enough meat in sort of like the different origin stories and stuff like that. Like usually when I play an RPG, like Mass Effect is quite literally an outlier as it relates to this, because like every other RPG I ever play, I do the playthrough and I live with how the playthrough went. Like I kind of just enjoy that like my playthrough was what it was and it was unique in the way that it was, and seeing the alternative sort of dilutes it for me, because it takes the immersion out of it. Like I see it very much as like I get one shot at this, so my decisions matter. It's kind of the way that plus like in my older age and busyness, I just don't have the time to replay games over and over. So like kind of once I've played it,
of them made away with several experimental prototypes. Their current heading is unknown, but the ESA has offered a generous reward for any assistance in apprehending the suspects.
The run is the run. It's sort of like a secondary motto around here.
The Motor City, formerly infamous for
I appreciate the question,
of economic decline and squalor, has
Good night, Brian.
reached its new golden age. As good fortune would have it, the city's numerous landfills, abandoned buildings, and industrial zones.
Man, the trash. Look at this. Holy shit. I don't even know where you begin with managing something like this. Oh my god. He's still here? Wow.
Oh, fuck a dog doll.
One thing I know like I know my own name. You do not poke around strangers' cool boxes. Best case scenario, you find a half-gallon jug of rancid milk. Worst? Motherfucker up a sad mass. That's Raish Bartmoss.
The Bartmoss. Data crash rabbit Bartmoss. Guy who trashed the first net?
Well, it wasn't his uncle. Yeah, him. I'd recognize that mug anywhere. Wanted posters all over town back in 2020. Public enemy #1, dead or alive. Half the city was on the hunt. Poor bastard. Ended up here as a dead rat in a cool box. Till some circuit blew and he thawed like so much meat.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yeah, about 20 years back, judging by the stench. Well, stood about as much as I can. Gotta go.
Hold up. Gotta be some electronics in here. First net relics, almost crank-powered. Be a shame just to leave it.
Even if there is, it's bound to be bunk.
Bound to be? Wouldn't be so sure. Only one way to find out.
True.
Nah, I need to think about it.
Said the gonk who missed the shuttle. Come on, look inside.
Yeah, I'll look.
Well. An SGI Tech Elisla. It's best cyber deck in its class.
See? Worth getting a little rot on your hands sometimes. Hey, just thinking. Cat at the Afterlife goes by Nix. Looked like somebody who'd know legacy tech. Chat him up, see what happens. Could end up pulling something from him.
All right. I like how the ice managed to preserve for 57 years. God, that guy's just been chilling in that cool. Jeez. It's wild that Dexter Deshawn's just laying there dead with that stuff. Oh my God. Did not recognize that road while we were driving up here. Back to Nix, huh? Let's see if there's any missions along the way. Inclined to check one out. Let's check this job out. Love this game when it rains. It's so awesome. It feels like it should just rain all the time here. Oh, shit! Wasn't expecting a bazooka to hit my car. We'll try that again. Just drove right on up to hostile territory. I gotta wait for like Regina to call me or whoever the hell's in control of this territory. Yeesh. Right, chill vibes. It's just raining. We're all good. We pull up to fucking Area 51. Just get rocked. Man, right across from the Sunset Motel too, huh? All right, let's maybe be a little bit more chill here.
V, I have a job. The urgent kind. Someone is yanking my friend's drones out of the sky. Check out the coordinates. Find out who is responsible. The details are attached.
I like Dakota. A good friend of mine, Mosquito, is running an op in the Badlands. Packs a chem shipment in a drone and sends it off to the city. When he gets his eddies wired, he slices off a piece for me. Problem now is those drones are making roast at their destinations. He's plucking them out of the sky along the way. We sent the last drone with a GPS tag. Thieves took the bait and were getting pinged from the transmitter. We follow that ping to make sure Mosquito's birds can fly free once again. Alright. You know that Area 51 isn't close to anything. Yes, I am aware. Really? I thought it was in my backyard. Oh my God. Wow, I can really turn off the camera from this far out, huh? Oh, baby. How do I want to do this? This just seems outrageous. Let's go around the side here. Ooh, baby. Well, didn't they have to move Area 51 because it got raided back in like 2020? I remember seeing Area 51 raids all over the place, and that was pretty successful, wasn't it? So they were like, yeah, we got to move this thing because everybody found it. And then now Area 52 is the coveted place where all that stuff happens. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. But I really think I'm right. This place is stacked. I feel like I could probably just snipe out all these people because there's not a ton of them. But I just don't know what kind of tech we're dealing with here that's going to be able to wipe my ass out.
Did I just say? It ain't working, right? What? No, it doesn't shoot, doesn't turn, doesn't do fuck all. Turn off and... Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay. I really want to do this pure stealth. I really, really want to get one. I really think I can do it. Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh, you idiot, Ryan! God damn it. I was feeling so good about that, too.
Oh, yeah!
We're not gonna make it.
I thought pings show cameras. Did I just not pay attention? Is that really what that came down to? Yep. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, man.
Come out, you sissy.
You calling a sissy. Ah. See you later, Blushing.
Get out of here!
2,000 euro dollars? Hell yeah. Give me all those eddies, baby. Alright, 623 of them in the safe.
Transmitter takes me back.
How so?
Back in 2020, we used them for pirate broadcasts. You know, blasting hardcore punk on badge frequencies.
So this must be how Raph and Ship hacked those drones.
Was beginning to think you'd never figure it out.
How we ride! This was not what I signed up for!
No? Why don't you go away then? Oh well. What a bummer. Anything good up here at least? An abstract painting? That ain't what I'm looking for. Alright, let's get out of here.
Nice work on that antenna. The tricky part of having a head is knowing how to use it, but not for you, V. Mosquito's routes are safe and secure again. The contract is closed, and closed well.
Sweet. $2,000, that's it, huh? I found more in the safe. Later, Pine Needles. Yeah, you guys like my shirt? Yeah, you do. This is 2077. Go to Afterlife. See what Nix has to say. See if anybody calls us on the way. Is it just me or is Johnny making himself more known? Johnny's been around quite a bit recently. I think he and V are, they have a little bit better, so to speak, of a relationship right now than they have in the past. So I think Johnny's just becoming more involved in some of the thought processes because he kind of has to be. I think he has an investment in V's well-being because he needs the vessel that he takes over to be in good shape. And I also think Johnny can't help himself. Like, here's another thing about Johnny, okay? Johnny was the biggest name in like music and entertainment back when he was alive. He had it all. He had theoretically like, you know, one of the coolest kinds of lives that you can live. And even amongst that, Johnny still couldn't help himself. He was so strongly convicted against the corpos that singing music about it wasn't enough. He went so far as to nuke Arasaka Tower. So I don't think that's going to change for Johnny here. I think Johnny maybe wants to act like he's indifferent and like he doesn't care, but Johnny is super invested in this stuff and he can't help himself. So he keeps showing up because he, as much as he wants to show he doesn't care, he cares. He wants to have his 2 cents on it. He wants to share his perspective. He wants to be involved. This is the body he's going to take over after all. So I think that's why we see him showing up, because it's just a product of the fact that, like, Johnny can't get out of his own way in terms of his, like, investment in things. Sky bridges too that are on connecting these buildings. I think that's a super neat part of the architectural like vibe of Night City. Why is there a police warrant after me? Because I'm speeding? $165 miles an hour down city streets maybe isn't great. Say that there might be an aspect of controlling in there as well? Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Johnny can't control what's happening in terms of like what V does with his body and with his convictions right now. And yeah, I think, I mean, imagine that. Imagine if I took your consciousness and I loaded you into somebody else's body. And you were just slave to whatever they do. Like, that would be a pretty awful feeling. It's like locked-in syndrome, but you're lucid. And you're moving around and doing things. Probably at times things you wouldn't want to do otherwise. Like, pretty, like, crazy vibes, really, when I think. You think Johnny would experience gender dysphoria if he took over a female V? Potentially. I don't know. I don't know V well enough to know if that's the case, but certainly could happen. Yeah. Yeah. Hell, he could experience gender dysphoria by taking over a male body. I mean, or a non-binary body or whatever. Like, I mean, really anything that would start to make him like feel disconnected from his experience. I mean, you're going to see probably just general dysphoria because he's not in his own body. I don't even know that you have to go full binary on it.
Anytime they kick it at the bar, but spare any
Hey, remember me?
Forget something?
Hey, Nix, listen. Found something. Bart Moss's deck.
Mm-hmm. What else you find? Alan Turing's tapes?
Literally have it.
Serious. Have a look-see.
Ooh, running shits. God damn, V. Where'd you ferret this out?
His body?
Found it outside town, in a fridge, next to its former owner's rotting corpse.
Bart Moss all the way. Netwatch made him a wanted man when looking in Shanghai, Lahore, Santiago de Chile. While that dog alighted to the net. Wonder how long he'd have kept buzzing those wires if the power hadn't gone out.
Think you can pull anything off it?
Text coming apart. Humidity damaged. Encryption on the mem cube. Gotta be near divine.
Spare me the two-step, yes or no?
I can try. Failure, though, is a distinct possibility. Then all data will be lost. Done and gone.
Think there could be some no longer known vectors on the disk? A data crash-like thing, or rabbits? Because if so...
Then we pop open a bottle of malignant gin. Painfully aware of the risk, I am. But speaking straight, curiosity's consuming me. You feel it too?
I do. I mean, what do I care? I didn't know this thing existed a half hour ago. Yeah, do it.
No risk, no reward. Get to it.
Okay. Put the deck on the counter. Just ginger-like.
Ginger-like, huh? Real ginger-like. The hell?
All yours.
All yours? Oh, V. Got no sense of reverence. Expect if you found the goddamn Holy Grail, you'd fill it with caramel corn and Pop-Tarts.
What a good line.
Now, let's get this show underway. Most data's corrupt, but not all. Password. A dict attack, maybe. Nothing doing. And what about injecting a command? Ha! We're golden. One more hurdle, but it ought to be as easy as pie. My. Of all people, Bardmar should have done better.
Oh, shit!
Dog shit, cat shit, rat shit!
Ideas, V, fast and stat. Couple of minutes and his skull sponge will be well done.
Okay, what we got here?
Saw what we got. A brain broiler. You absolutely sure you want to jack in?
Shh. Let's go! Alright, E955BD1C. ED55BD1C.
Gotcha.
Fucking muffin.
You breathing?
Apparently. Though it feels like I got a skull full of hot embers. Just... what the hell happened?
You started convulsing. Lights went out. Outlets started spitting sparks. So I sat down and finished for you.
Hold up. Mean to say, you reached Bardmar's deck? Lowly you?
Guess I got a little lucky.
Had luck coming out your ears, kid. Alright. Let's see just what you pulled from this artifact. Logs, mail, chat history of sorts. Potentially interesting, but nothing explosive.
Shame, kinda. Well, I guess I could delve some more, see if I can't find something interesting in there.
Listen. My services usually command a tidy sum, but this time, well, seems you rendered me a service. Take this. Handful of demons live on that shard. Wasn't Bardmar who coded them, but they should be useful nonetheless.
Thanks, Nix. You gonna get it together? Be alright? Or, you need help?
No. Be just fine. Couple of painkillers washed down with whiskey, and I'll be a new man.
Probably shouldn't wash painkillers down with whiskey, friends. It's a little PSA. Don't do that. Real quick, in that crisis situation, you gotta go quick. You gotta chill and you gotta work with what's happening in the moment. A lot of people get sucked into what ifs. They start freaking out. They think like, what if I screw this up? What if? You gotta make a decision and go with it. For me, it was I'm gonna get involved. I'm gonna jack in. I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna look for the variables. I'm gonna use the time that I got. I'm gonna do my best. Gotta be quick and decisive. And so, like, disaster, emergency, crisis preparedness is a really useful skill, so that you don't just frazzle. Then again, I mean, I could have walked. I mean, if I don't have the expertise there, I don't have the expertise. You do what you can. Had to think quick. this feels like a good place for me to go ahead and wrap us up. It's a nice full circle, right? We started with Nyx, we ended with Nyx. Thank you so much, VOD watchers, for making the effort to watch these. I really do appreciate your support. I hope you enjoy them as much as I hope you enjoy watching them as much as I enjoy making them. Some really cool stuff tonight. I look forward to reading your comments. Please, one of the best ways that you can support this content is to tell people about it. My YouTube channel is growing pretty substantially, and that is in no small part because of folks sharing what I do. So share my stuff on TikTok, share it on Twitter, show people the videos, tell people about the stream. It really does go a long way, probably even a longer way than you may think. For those of you that send tips or become members while I'm offline or purchase merchandise, thank you so much for your financial support of the stream. It means the world to me. It allows me to keep the stream at a really high quality level, so thank you so much for that. And if you think that I would be a cool guest to have on some podcast you listen to all the time, I'm always looking for potential chances to be a guest on certain podcasts. So if there's one that you think would be really neat for me to be on, that you think would benefit from either talking to me or learning a little bit more from things that I have to say, that would be really cool. Do me a solid. I really appreciate you all. I will look forward to what's to come here in part 21. I hope you have a good one. Catch you in the next video. All right, chat. That was, oh, man. We got a good almost 3 hours put into that. Which, by the way, if you're curious, here at the end of part 20, we are 36 hours and 50 minutes in. So we are logging some serious hours here, and I am enjoying every bit of this playthrough, and I hope you are too. I really love that you all make the effort to come out over here to YouTube and to hang out, whether you chat or whether you lurk. If you have me on in the background, whatever way you hang out here, thank you for doing that. It's really, really cool of you to do it. I love having you as company while I play through this. So it's not lost on me that you all make the effort, especially when there's VODs that you could watch. So I'm really grateful for it. And we're going to do this all weekend. Tomorrow and Sunday. That's what we're doing. So 9:30 Pacific, we'll talk for a little while. We'll jump in around 10:30. So we got a weekend of Cyberpunk, and I am super looking forward to it. So I hope you have a great rest of your Friday night, I guess, / Saturday morning. And I look forward to hanging out with you again. I was enjoying this so much that I bought the game for myself. That's really cool. That's really cool. I cannot understate how meaningful it is when y'all share my stuff. Telling folks at CD Projekt Red that I exist is, you know, I would love it if more game developers knew what I'm doing, because I really think that, like, this is a unique way to approach these games. I try to teach stuff while we do this and illustrate things, and I think it's just, I have a lot of people that like to pop into chat or they leave comments and say that this, like, changes their perspective on games, or that they get more out of them by watching these. And you know, I'm trying to get more in front of the eyeballs of people who are, you know, making games and stuff like that, so that, you know, I'd love to consult with people about how to create characters and dynamics and stuff, but it's a pipe dream. Seriously, y'all are great. You got me to buy this and Red Dead. Wow, Lemonade, I am honored. Try my best to join in. Exam schedules. Oh, no, Lexi, your exams are more important. The VODs will always be here. They'll always be here. Ale, thank you. Always great to have you here. All right, friends, thanks for making the effort. Honestly, your takes on behaviors in games has helped me fill the gaps between my IRL therapy sessions. My therapist literally commented on the amount of work I seem to be doing outside. That's awesome. That's really cool. That's really cool, Feather. I'm honored to have that effect. That's why I do this. That's why I do this. So, love hearing stuff like that. Good for you for doing it in a way that's noticeable too, for your therapist and stuff. It's really cool. All right, time for me to decompress and go to bed. I had a very long Friday. So, as I always say before I leave, I mean it for each and every one of you, and I really hope you say it to yourselves as I say it to you. You matter. Your experiences are valid. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. And I will catch you tomorrow for Cyberpunk Part 21. Drinking Age Cyberpunk. Let's go. All right. Adios, friends.